live. Stuttered a little bit. I don't get everything first take. What's going on, guys? Who do we got here so far? Where is the live chat? So to Prosper, what up, what up? Bestman39, what up? I saw it on a TikTok. I can send it. Oh, what do you guys? Y'all are already having conversations. Robert Hawley's taking a nap. Okay, okay. Marco, 5 in the morning. What's going on? Bestman39, yo, Birch. I don't know if you'll read this, but there's this badass sissy bar for the Vulcan 650 that's compatible for the Rebel 1100. It looks super comfortable. You should take a look at it. Yeah. Spencer Higgins, what up? Komodo Vlogs, what's up, babe? LMJ096, what up? Wooly, what up? Dino Spumoni, what up? We got all the regulars in here already. Yeah, so the Vulcan 650, what's up, Deb? The Vulcan 650, actually all of their sissy bars are compatible with the 1100. Fun fact. Mr. Codemaster, I might join the dude taking a nap. Yeah, if only. I just slammed a freaking energy drink. Sean Barnett, what up, man? I just slammed a freaking energy drink, so I'm tweaking. Jimmy, what up? All right, so trying to find like a middle ground between making it cool while it's live and also making sure that the people who watch it after the fact are having a good time and not just listening to me answer questions right off the bat. So let's get into what we're doing today. So essentially I need to work on this thing, but I'm so slammed with everything else that I have going on that I don't have time to film and edit and make a thumbnail and do all that kind of stuff. But I need to work on it and give you guys updates. So we're doing it live. So I'm gonna be working on it, and I have a big box over there of just all of the parts that we have for it. We're gonna start chipping away through it for like an hour or two. I don't know how long. Chip away at it. You guys can see how inept I actually am in real life working on it. I just am really good at editing it to make sure that it looks like I know what I'm doing. So yeah, we're gonna work on it, see what we can get through, and I'm gonna be taking pauses to answer some questions about whatever. Life, Rebel 1100, Rebel 500, 300, we got all of them. There's even a little sneak peek at the Memphis Shades fairing over there. So maybe we'll talk about that later. Yeah, so what are we gonna pull out first? From the box of goodies. Ooh, I know what we should do. What the hell is this? God damn it. Dude, I thank you for the donation. You really don't have to send me that every time. I saw, so I don't know if you're like accidentally on like your wife's thing or something, but I saw Higgins, but it says Spencer Higgins, and I was like, wait, is that him? And yes, it sure seems like it is. So yeah, let's, I appreciate it. I don't want to just glaze over that $100 donation like it's nothing, but yeah, you're the freaking man. For those of you who don't know, this is my Patreon member who does this every time and is also the biggest, I think the highest dollar amount Patreon member also. So yeah, literally couldn't be doing this without you. Goose, first time I've made it to a stream. I've never had an animal watch my stream before, so that's dope. All right, so I say first things first. Shorty GP, we got to get redemption, because if you guys watched the last Rebel Rebuild series, you'll know that the Shorty GP that I had on it, or that came in for it, didn't fit. It was super loose on the header pipe. And shout out to Link, my subscriber turned Patreon member turned good friend, actually sent me Shorty GP for it, and it didn't fit. I ended up returning it, and Daddy Bezos sent us a new one. So I think what actually ended up happening is everybody talks about how like cheap the Shorty GP is and how it's not that great, but there's actually like a difference between them. So the one that originally came in wasn't made by Radiant Cycles. It was just, I don't know what it was. It was just like, I mean, I guess they're all kind of no-name brand, but it wasn't Radiant Cycles, which is what I've made all the videos about. And it fit a little bit loose, and comparing the two next to each other, it actually had a little bit of a different finish, and it was a little bit skinnier and longer. So this is the actual Shorty GP from Radiant Cycles. We're gonna try this out and see how it looks. And while I'm installing it, let's see if we got any questions that I could jump on. Let's see. Yeah. It's Voodoo said, this is rare. Never catch the live streams. Juicy. All right. Okay, we'll answer Mike Rivera's. What's up, Mike? The question is, are you going to get new mirrors on the 1100 or any of them? I don't know, honestly. The 1100 I need to get some kind of mirror for, because if you guys remember, my left mirror got filled with ants and I had to leave it on the side of the road, and I came back for it and I cleaned it up and it seems fine, but my right mirror actually, I don't want to mess up the good angle that I have going, but maybe if I remember, I'll take the phone off the tripod and show you guys in a little bit. My right mirror has like a crack in the plastic housing around it. I don't know what it came from, but I need to do something about it. So I don't know if I'm gonna do, I don't mind the stock mirrors. I have people commenting all the time like, oh, the stock mirrors are such garbage, I can't see anything. But I think it's just because I'm not exactly the widest human being. My shoulders are pretty narrow. I don't have any problems seeing with those mirrors, and I also like the way that they look, and I don't really like any of like the spiky pointy mirrors. I'm not a big fan of the like the flipped upside down mirrors, because I feel like I have to take my eyes too far off the road to look at it. But when I rode Lurch's Rebel 1100 at the Tennessee meetup, he had bar end mirrors that instead of like coming out from the side, which were like the only ones that I had ever seen, there were bar end mirrors that still came up and kind of went over the handlebars, if that makes sense. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It was the first time I had ridden with any like that, and I actually really liked them. So I might do something like that. So shout out once again to Mike, aka Lurch, aka Redneck Ret Vet, for not only letting me and Nina use your bike for the meetup, but also having mirrors that make me want to spend money. All right, so this is the new one. You guys probably won't be able to tell because I don't have them like next to each other, but the one that I tried to put on originally looked the same until you put them next to each other, and I wish I hadn't sent it back already. But it was a little bit more narrow, a little bit longer, and it was like a very flat black finish. And the little, you know, I don't know, there's not really a baffle or anything, but whatever this little middle part is, didn't extend out quite as far. And when I put it on, and also the clamp was like all the way up here. So even when I got the clamp into position, it showed like scratches from moving it. So this one should be good. You can see like it's not, I'm gonna have to rotate that around, so we'll loosen that, but you can see I haven't even tightened it yet, and it's way freaking tighter than the other one was. So this one should be good. I'm gonna have to rotate the clamp. Actually, let's not rotate let's rotate the clamp so that it's in a better position to tighten it down. You know, you guys might think that I'm like some sort of like professional. For one thing, I'm not. For another thing, it's kind of crazy the number of times that I've done a live stream, but I still like get nervous before them. Like, am I gonna keep people entertained? Are people gonna ask enough questions? And especially this one. All the other ones I tell you guys like, oh, I'm gonna go live around such and such time. But this is the first time that I've like actually scheduled it. So I saw that it had like the countdown as to when it was gonna go live. And in my head, I'm like, how does this work? Do I need to be in the app when it happens? Or like, just whatever I'm doing, is my phone just gonna access the camera right at 4 o'clock? All right, so all I did there was I just loosened the clamp because I got cat hair all over it, because before the clamp was up like this and I didn't like the way that it looked, and it was pretty close to the brake line, and it was gonna be hard to tighten. So I'm just rotating it down a bit, and then we'll throw it on with a little 10mm socket. Although this is where my OCD comes in handy, because I always got to step back and make sure it's facing the right direction. Does that look good, guys? I feel like it does. It's at an angle where it's like, I like it to be at an angle where when the bike is sitting upright, the opening is like straight up and down, if that makes sense. Some people have it like turned down, and I don't think that looks as good as having it open like that. How are we feeling? Hold on, what do the like professional streamers say? How are we feeling, chat? W's in the chat or L's in the chat? Anxiety be like, literally. W's. W. Okay, cool. We'll tighten it down. Make sure that the clamp is at an angle that I like. I'll probably turn the clamp a little bit more. Yeah, that should be good. And if at any point you guys can't hear me, let me know, because I feel like sometimes I catch myself talking like I still have my wireless mic on and I'm not sure how much that's picking up. So holla at your boy if you need me to be louder. See, this is where my OCD freaks out because I just moved it a little bit. W's in the chat? Angle still good? W's in the chat? W's in the chat? Dang, it keeps moving. See, even though, yeah, that's good. Even though, and you guys are probably like, why do you keep checking it's off by like 1 degree? So ADD side tangent, even though I always say the Rebel 1100 really doesn't weigh that much more than the 500, every time I do this, I'm reminded that it is a noticeable difference because I can literally just take one hand and like pick it up to check. The 1100, I don't know if it would be that easy for me. Okay, let's hold this thing in frickin' place. Yeah, baby. I think that's tight enough, but this also slipped off because it's not a deep enough socket. So we'll give it an extra 1.5 Ogadugas. We only got a half Ogaduga left in her, so I think we're good. Yeah, see, that's nice and tight on there. The other one that I had, so this one has, I don't know, a ½ inch of thread showing. The other one had like a full inch of thread showing on the clamp and like wouldn't clamp down anymore, and I could still just pull it off. This one's on there, nice and tight. Looking like a good angle. We'll wipe my greasy fingerprints off of it and start it up to see what it sounds like. What's going on, dude? Not a whole lot. Trying something new instead of just filming. I'm going live on YouTube right now, fixing the bike up.
Being productive today, huh?
Right.
You gotta do anything you can to get that algorithm working.
I know.
We all know that struggle.
Take it easy, man.
You too, man.
This rag was dusty. That was a mistake. I found Father Time's rag, apparently. I guess as long as the greasy fingerprints are off, it doesn't really matter, though. All right, how's she looking, guys? Are we digging it? Are we not digging it? What are we thinking? If you're not digging it, then like, I don't know. I guess, why did I ask that? Don't hurt my feelings. It's already on there and we're not changing it. Nap is over. Hello, Birch. What up, Robert? How the heck are you? W. Cool. All right, let's start it up and see what it sounds like. This will, yeah, I mean, it obviously hasn't been started today. So, cold start on the Shorty GP. First world problems, got to figure out which key it is. Psych! I got the orange tag to match it. All right, let's see what this thing's talking about. RIP headphone users. Vlog said, damn, I got a cat hair on my nose. How are we liking it? How are we liking it? KJ said, just put the GP on my 500 and it is amazing, especially considering the price point. Yes, literally. Mike said I should come over to be a live audience member of this show. Go for it. All right, let's do some revs. It should be warm enough, I think. Not disturb the neighbors. That sounds so freaking good. I don't know if you guys can tell just from that, but I said it in the last video when the Shorty GP wouldn't fit and I just turned it on with no muffler on it. For all the people who say, oh, the Shorty GP doesn't make a difference, it's the same exact thing as being straight piped, that is not the case at all, because hopefully the audio just showed it sounds so much better with the Shorty GP. Even though it's just a short little muffler, it honestly quiets it up a little bit and like takes away the raspiness and adds like a burble and like a deep sound to it. So I am definitely pleased with that. That's the stuff I would normally edit out. So I'm definitely pleased with it. Like somebody was saying, it is the best bang for your buck, hands down. I was running the Shorty GP on my 1100 even before I got the Two Brothers. And even then, like, if I didn't want to drop all that money on it, I mean, I don't know how to put it. The Two Brothers is definitely nicer, but you're talking a $500 difference or whatever. So I'm stoked on that. And it's like, actually, just from that, I feel like makes it look like so much more of a complete bike now too, because it has a non-dented tank, and then the other biggest eyesore, I think, was the scratched exhaust, and now that's fixed. So, not bad. Less than 20 minutes in, and she's looking freaking good. What do we have going on in the chat? My mom said, pig. Excuse me, I burped. Nina said, I might be stopping by. Psh, you better. You got to come get some clout. Hey, everybody, so if you see Komodo Vlogs commenting, for those of you who don't know, that's my girlfriend. She also has her own YouTube channel where she's learning how to ride. And last I checked, what did you say? You were at like 963 subscribers or something? So freaking awesome. So proud of her. Go subscribe to Komodo Vlogs and keep up with her learning journey. Mr. Codemaster, what's coming out of your pipe when you're revving? Probably just condensation. I haven't started this bike in 2 weeks, so probably just condensation. It wasn't any kind of smoke or anything. John D, hello from Massachusetts. What up, what up? Lewis just got an MT-07 with an acro exhaust. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. That's what mine had, and it sounded like a beast. Angel Horse, are you concerned about any water settling into the exhaust with the Shorty or an upswept on your 1100? No, because I don't let it rain on the bikes, really. Even though I keep them outside, they're always covered. And if I have them out and I get caught in the rain, there's already exhaust shooting out of it, you know, so rain can't really get in it. And any of the times that the bike has gotten rained on, I've just started it up and let all the water blast out. Pat said, your neighbors must hate you, Birch. It's funny, everybody always says that. Everyone's always like, oh, your neighbors must hate you because you're always making noise. And like in my last video, when that Amazon truck was like backing down and beeping the entire time that it was coming, and I was like, dude, can we keep the noise down? I'm trying to do this. And I've gotten comments from people that are like, he's just trying to do his job and you're out here revving your bike up and you're concerned about him making noise. For one thing, that's not what I meant by that. I thought it was funny that the Amazon truck was backing up, and even though it has the backup beeper on it, they were honking their horn the entire way. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I brought home, what bike was it? Oh, when I brought home the Grom. For one thing, the majority, not the majority, but a decent amount of my neighbors are subscribed to me and love the bikes and talk to me about them. Like people that you would never even think would be into it are. And when I brought the Grom home, I was showing it to one of my neighbors, and the first thing she said, she goes, "Why is it so quiet? Shouldn't it be loud like your other bikes?" And I'm like, yeah, exactly. My phone just got darker. I hope it's not overheating. That would be unfortunate, because it says the brightness is turned up all the way, but it just doesn't feel hot. I didn't think about this. All right, well, then we'll move right along, because I got a surprise for you guys that only Patreon members know about so far. And Nina, because she's not a Patreon member, but she's my girlfriend, so she knows about it. It's a surprise mod. Leave guesses. What guesses do we have for what it is? If you guessed Mustang seat, you'd be correct. So stoked. Even though the diamond stitch seat on this thing looks good, it's a cheap Honda upgrade and it's not comfortable. The Mustang seat is like a freaking couch for your Rebel. So I'm pumped. So this, all of this started out as just wanting to get this and restore it to its former glory, and then do the raffle or giveaway or whatever. Like, you know, the exhaust was scratched, so that's why we replaced it. We got levers for it, but that's because the levers are bent. Like, just replacing the stuff that was messed up. I didn't plan on making it a build. But long story short, like, it would have been nice to get a Mustang seat, but they're friggin' $400 brand new. And this guy posted his Rebel for sale, I guess like 3 days ago, and he lives like 20 minutes away, and his Mustang, or his Rebel had a Mustang seat on it, and I just messaged him to see. I'm like, yo, would you consider selling the seat separately? And he responded something to the of, you're that guy from YouTube. I've seen your videos. I love them. I'll sell it to you for $250. So shout out to him. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. Tom, I believe. So thank you. Now we have a Mustang seat, and we're gonna throw that on. Sindre said, oh, you didn't go with a Corbin? Sindre's the one that I was testing the Corbin for and sent it to him, so that's funny, if you know that saga. All right, let's throw this on. Shout out Sean for my, my jaunts. I think it's a, what am I looking at? I think it's a 5, unless it's a 6. It's a 6. No. No, it's a 5. All right. Oh, there's a penny that's on tails sitting right there, so I'm just not going to pick that up. Also, actually, no, I won't get distracted. I'll tell you in a second. Got the seat off. I think I can reuse these bolts, right? That would suck if I can't. I guess let's see. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Yeah, she's looking good already. You guys have a better view than I do so far. All right, this is the part that I can normally, oh, I just kicked the penny and it flipped to heads. Does that count? Because I already picked it up. This is the part I normally cut out. Oh, there it is. I literally sat it down for 1 second. It was like, where the hell did I put that? All right, let's see if we can get these to line up. I think, hopefully these bolts fit, because I forgot that it has like the rubber grommet thing, or whatever you would call it, on the stock seat. So I'm hoping that these aren't too long for it. Dude, go to your home. So let's see, if we tighten it down all the way, does it work or do bad things happen? If I had known I was getting this seat, I would have gotten the thumb screws for it. So that you didn't need the frickin' Allen key every time. What is that commercial that's like, Allen, Allen, Allen? It's like the groundhogs or something? Allen, Allen. Am I dating myself? Yeah, it works. Yeah, we're in business, baby. Look at this. All right, what are we thinking? W's in the chat? Yeah, it's getting warm. Is my phone getting warm? I should have thought about this. I need Nina here, like, fanning the phone. What's the heat index right now? It's 88 degrees. Who knows what the heat index is, so my phone's friggin' blowing up. All right, yeah, so W's in the chat or L's in the chat? What do we think? What do we think? I think it looks freaking sick. Dude, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It does have a spot or two that it looks like maybe got scuffed and he used like some leather touch-up or whatever. I didn't notice until it just got out in the sun, but who cares? 250 bucks and I didn't notice it until 3 days later. It must not be that bad. Let's see what it feels like. Yo. Yeah, that's comfy. It definitely sits you forward a little bit. But yeah, that's comfy. Very, very comfy. Let's check out some comments. Too bad though, Mustang does not have a diamond stitch. I know, right? Mr. Codemaster, do you have a video camera? I do. I have my GoPro, but the quality, now that I've started filming with my iPhone 13, the quality is so much better on my iPhone that for installs and stuff like that, I don't ever want to go back to the GoPro. Especially when there's like brights and shadows in a scene, the GoPro's terrible with contrast. And plus, the battery only lasts like an hour. So this is a way to keep it going for longer, hopefully. Yeah, see, exactly. Sindre said, how's your battery doing? Is this live going to end like the last one? That's exactly what happened last time is my, yeah, I don't know how my battery's doing. I'm afraid to check and screw something up. But yeah, the last time my GoPro battery died and I wasn't keeping an eye on it. Insta360 WRRS, they don't work for moto vlogging, is the short version. The long version is... it's a pain in the ass. The Insta360 1X2 is what I would get if I was going to get a 360 camera. But aside from 360 cameras, GoPro is the way to go. Thick tomato. Did I miss the exhaust install? Yes. Shorty GP. Look at all those chickens. John Saunders, John here from the UK. I love the live fix-up. I feel like there's always a little issue and it will be great to have that happen live for us to work through. That's exactly what I thought, honestly. I'm like, it would be sick to have people here if something gets screwed up and they can tell me, what's going on, because I might seem like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. And John also said, are you going to raffle this bike? So I thought I recognized your name. I was going to say John entered my last raffle. Yes, this one is BMW Danny back to work. See ya. See ya. Yes, this one's going to be raffled also. If you haven't watched the series yet, go back and watch that. This is the only live one that I've done so far, but I've done the video of me going to check it out and then 2 other things of working on it. So it'll be the same deal as last time. Taco hunting for motovlogs. Yeah, I want to get back into motovlogs. That's half the reason why I'm doing this live. For one thing, it's awesome to hang out with you guys, but for another thing, it takes so much work doing these kinds of videos, moving the camera around to the right place and trying to get the right angle while working on it and figuring it out and then editing it to make sense and not bore people and whatever. I just needed to put this out and not have to worry about all that. What is this? Zach, super cool. A diamond. I'm not smart enough with YouTube to know what that is, but thank you. I saw 99 cents and a diamond, so that's dope. I'm trying to click on it to see if it does anything. Is this showing my age? I appreciate it, Zach. Can I be bothered to talk about why the WRRS isn't good for moto vlogging? Honestly, I don't know enough to sound informed when I talk about it. I just know that every moto vlogger who I know who has tried it has said, don't do it. The main thing I've heard is something about the audio and maybe something about waterproofing and like lack of support. I don't really remember, but just hearing that is enough for me to be like, nah. All right, what was I gonna do next? Should we stop BSing with the little things and try and tackle this thingy? Maybe I should have done that first so it didn't scratch the exhaust. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's an 8 mil. Did you figure out why the other shorty didn't fit? Yeah, so I was talking about that. So long story short, it was not made by Radiant Cycles. It was another company. And I guess theirs just wasn't as like, I don't know, just wasn't spec'd properly or something. Because it said that it was for the right bike, but it just never got tight enough. Oh! Normally you gotta pay extra to hear those noises. I mean, what? All right. See, like this is the part where here, it's cool doing this because I can just work on it. Whereas if I were filming, I couldn't just jump to this. I would have to stop recording and lower the tripod and figure out the best angle to show what I'm doing. And this is scratching my watch. I wonder, nah, that wouldn't make sense to do it that way. Never mind. I think any build series, I swore that I wasn't going to do any more build series after this because of how much of a pain in the ass I didn't realize that they are. But if I ever happen to do one again, I think I like this format already. There's like consistently been over 100 people in here chatting with me. And if anything goes wrong, I have moral support. All right, what are we looking at under here? Oh, the exhaust is still hot. I almost feel like maybe we should have taken the master cylinder off first. I don't remember off the top of my head. Somebody leave in the chat for the master cylinder. Can I just leave it hang, or does it have to remain at the angle that it's at so that no air bubbles or anything happen? Anybody? Do I have to leave the rear master cylinder level or no? I was thinking that air bubbles shouldn't. I just don't. I'm not a brake guru, you know. All right, so I think it'll be easiest with it installed to get to the jump. But I'll probably just use the smaller Allen keys. And I'm gonna guess it's a 5. And in the process, try, yeah baby, 5, first try. I know some things. And in the process, ow, the exhaust is hot, guys. Ow. All right, so if I didn't explain properly what I'm doing, there's 2 Allen keys on the back side that hold the master cylinder right here on. And it looked like it would be easier to break it free with the bracket on the bike. So now that they're broken free, go ahead and pop that junk off. Get those out of the way so they don't scratch anything. Grab that 5 milli. 5 milli, 5 milli, 5 milli. Anybody? Lil Wayne? Oh shit, wait, will that get me demonetized? Who cares? Because David already gave me $100, so demonetize me all you want, sucker. Just kidding. Imagine YouTube and then in the remarks it just says, don't throw. Come on, why did the first one come out so easy? This is a good way too to actually work on a bike so you guys can decide if you actually want to enter to get the bike, because you could see me doing this and be like, this mother hecker has no clue what he's doing. I don't want that. But yeah, next time I do this next to a hot catalytic converter, please remind me I'm an idiot. Come on. Okay, so that's free. Crap. I did not think this through, dude. I'll pop that off. That's free. How do I? Yes! Freedom. See, now that it's off. Whoa, my face is close, my bad. Now that it's off, I mean, you really still can't tell that it's, damn, dude, I got grease all over myself. I mean, you can tell it's bent. So, RIP to that. I think we still got to use some of the parts from it, so I won't throw it too far. What can I do to get this grease off my hands? We'll use the old Father Time rag. So here's the issue. In order to, Mike said he's going out riding. Hell yeah. Get some knees in the breeze, as they say. Is there still a cat on the bike after the exhaust swap? Yeah. Hot exhaust funny. You must be blonde. I don't know if that's directed at me or not. Must be. Anyway, what I was saying is I need pliers to get this off, but I forgot that I threw the pliers and they went underneath the dumpster. So, yeah. That's fine right there. Okay, let's see if we can find them. I'll bring you guys with me. The other day when I was working on an install, I got annoyed and I threw my pliers and they flung underneath this dumpster. Oh my God, no freaking way, dude. No way am I doing this live on YouTube. All right. Oh, disgusting. Got him. Oh, that's disgusting. Let's get this angle right again. That will do. All right. The things that you never think you'll see joining a Life of Birch live stream. Or maybe you did. Leave a comment. Did you expect to see me grab pliers from underneath the dumpster that have been there for weeks? Or did you expect me to be a normal human being? All right. Come on. Dude, I got grease everywhere. Cotter pin out. Slide that out. And that is free. All right, while I'm looking at the chat, let me know. I've been questioning what to do with all of the old parts. Should I just throw them away? Or should I do something like pick people at random and like freaking, oh dude, I didn't even notice it bent enough that like the weld is cracked a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I think the gas tank I'm keeping as a souvenir, but all the stuff like this and like the bent up bracket and stuff, should I like pick people at random and like sign Birch on it and like give it? Oh, or should I do, what do you say, throw them in a box, mail it with the bike? I know, right? What if I did something where like, and this is gonna open up questions that I don't wanna answer just yet because I know the answer to it. What if for my Life of Birch meetup in October, what if like the day before and or the day after, I like write my name on them and I hide them in Annapolis and I post a picture on my story and whoever gets there first gets like a little keepsake from the build while like everybody's in town for the meetup. That would be kind of cool. Let me know if it would definitely not be cool, but in my head right now, that seems cool. Okay. Oh, right, I said it, I was doing it because I was there. So to Prosper said that would be dope. Matthew said cool. Yeah, all right. Maybe I'll do that then. I wasn't joking. Even a bent peg is better than a busted up peg. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Home dip all of them and suction them off. You want me to what? What date for meetup? Yep, see, that's what I was saying. As soon as I mentioned it, I knew that somebody was gonna start asking questions, and I don't know yet. Oh, chrome dip, that would be sick. What I like, that I've always wanted to do, me and my best friend Jesse have always talked about copper dipping. like back in the day when we were in like the Volkswagen scene, people would copper dip their wheels, and we've always been like, oh, copper dipped wheels are sick. What if I copper dip them? I don't even know the logistics behind that, but that would be sick. Oh yeah, I keep getting distracted. Tim, I'm not sure of a date for the Life of Birch meetup yet, but I feel like I should. Last year it was the first weekend of October. I don't want to get ahead of myself and just say that that's when it's going to be because I'm not sure. Sorry, my brain, it probably looked like everything froze, but it didn't. See, yeah, now Donald's saying when's the meetup. I'll let you guys know when the meetup is. I'm thinking probably first weekend of October, but I'll give you guys the definites soon. Oh, try to say auction. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, you want me to suction what? All right, go invite all your friends to the live stream. We've been consistently over 100 and now we're at 80, and my happiness is based on numbers because I'm an internet influencer, okay? West Coast Life of Birch. That would be sick. That was Mark that said that, right? You're the one that's been saying you'll show me all the taco spots out there, right? If I ever have enough money to fly out there, that would be sick. All right. Yeah. New bracket versus old bracket. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's bent. Not a huge amount, but enough. Is that even in frame? Yeah. So that's a new one. We got to put the foot stuff onto this one. I think we're going to reuse the pin and then everything else. I got the pin, the cotter pin, the washer, and I think everything else I got new. I can't remember what all I ordered, so let's check that out. Is the Rebel 500 a good starter bike? The best. And I'm not just saying that. If you like the cruiser style, I can't think of a better first bike than the Rebel 500. Why fly, just ride? Because I value my time and I don't like riding long distances. Unfortunately, from a business standpoint, I need to produce content every week. Dude, now you can't be... Dude, thank you, but what the... Thank you, David. Oh my God, dude, for anyone who was not in here previously, this is the same dude that sent me $100 earlier and now he just sent it again. Literally, what was it that I said last time? I have gotten more money from him personally than I have gotten from TikTok the entire time that I've been posting on there, and I have 2 million likes on TikTok. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You really don't have to keep doing that, though. All right. Did I get distracted? What was I talking about? Ooh, we have a special guest rolling up. That is for that. That is for that also. Any guesses on who the special guest? Any guessed? Any? Did I say that? Any guesses on who the guest is? Drop them below. What's up, babe? Damn, I just gave it away. I said, any guesses on who the special guest is? Let me know. Like, drop it below. And I'm like, hey, babe. And you really showed up wearing a matching shirt.
I know, I didn't mean to.
You can go over there and get in the shot if you'd like.
Hi, everybody.
Look who it is.
As soon as I saw you start the live, I was like, we're going to be wearing matching shirts.
Oh, gosh. If you'd like to keep them company while I find the parts that I'm looking for, feel free.
Oh, yeah. Where are we? I couldn't play it and drive and read and drive. That would have been bad.
What do you mean?
Like,
I'm just installing and chatting.
Yeah, I couldn't read the chat when I was driving here, so I mean, I was keeping up with everybody until then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just open the chat and chat with them.
Oh, what do you do? How do I click it?
The text box thing?
That one?
Yep. Live chat. There you go. But as soon as you go away from it, it's going to go away. So you got I'd be like scrolling to
Oh, really?
see what they're talking about.
Hi, Mama Birch.
Oh, did my mom come in? Hello, mother.
All right, I'm trying to scroll back a little bit.
That's for that. There probably won't be a whole lot for you. If you want to give them an update, somebody was asking about your stuff.
Oh yeah, well, if you watched my latest video that I posted, I talked about it a little bit there, but, well, should I allude more? Watch that one, and nothing's really happened after the video, after what I talked about in the video, other than doing some practice in the parking lots. That's pretty much it.
I don't remember what any of these part numbers are. I got my pliers back.
What are you working on now? I saw you put the seat on.
Doing this, I did the exhaust, did
No way.
the seat, and then I'm working on that right now. Swapping this stuff onto there.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
Huh.
I don't have to be all up in their face. I can just watch the chat on my phone and then answer questions
Oh
from my
yeah,
phone.
you could. There you go. She's pulling up the chat on her phone so she can chat with you guys. All right, so this is the foot peg. All nice and new and fancy. I should have learned my lesson by now because things come in like scratched so often. I should have checked all this beforehand. This part's fine, but hopefully I didn't jinx it. All right, so can everybody tell the difference?
That's actually wild.
Yeah, so that'll go on there, but I gotta take some of these parts off to do it. And if you missed it in the last video that I did, or maybe the video before that, so the foot pegs have this rubber insert in it. Oh, dude, I keep getting grease all over myself. But if you take the rubber insert out, it's just like an MX style foot peg. So that's what we're doing. Because that's what I did on my last Rebel 500 and I loved it. Keeps you nice and gripped on there, doesn't add too much vibration. You got any questions coming in?
Someone asked if you ever thought of getting a Sur-on.
If only you knew how frequently I check Facebook Marketplace for one. But by the time you're done upgrading them, they're like $8,000 to $10,000 for anything worth it. I have one favorited on my Craigslist right now for $3,000 though. I don't even know if you know that yet.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. 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 I would love to have one. YouTube also now has this feature where it'll show like people who are watching your videos, what else are they searching for on YouTube. And one of the top things that my viewers search for is electric motorcycle and electric bike. So I know people want to see it. I just, yeah, debt and lack of money. I can't talk and cotter pin at the same time.
Spencer, I'll let him know.
What?
I'll tell you later. And
What?
then the
Y'all keeping secrets from me?
No. The
She says no, then continues to keep a secret from me.
No, it's, David says that he is changing their name to Spencer. So I just wanted to tell you. So that, yeah, you know that it's the same person.
That makes sense. Yeah. I was like, you logged in on somebody's ow. Dang, but that makes a lot of sense.
And Kentucky Tim says, asking when we're gonna go visit family in Kentucky.
That's the guy with the drone and the Rebel 300.
I'm so homesick for Kentucky right now, but a trip is just not something that will fit in our schedule at all. We are so busy.
Which freaking... okay. Any questions for me that I can be answering while I do this? Do we think I can multitask? Which way am I looking at this? That is the bottom. All right, so since I kind of stopped telling you guys what was going on, I took the cotter pin out of the bottom. I took the washer that the cotter pin was holding in. And then if I push this out, that falls out. That almost looks like the metal pack. I don't like that.
There's a big fire.
A big fire?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm glad that I got a new spring also, because it's so smashed that it's wedged in there. Look at this. This is the new one. This is how smashed up the old one was. So no wonder I had to yank on that to get it out. There's 89 people in here right now.
Yeah.
So we're not reusing any of this. I have the new spring right here. I saw Mike say Kentucky's not far from Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, so how does this go? Goes.
I'm from Bardstown, everybody. Everybody's now talking about Kentucky and where they're from.
Kentucky! Where are you from, brother? All right, so I got the spring in there. It's easy because I have the old one to compare it to. The short part comes out the back like that. And then the little hook goes over there so it can't move. Then you put it, what side is up? In like that and stick the pin back through. Did I do that right? What is this supposed to hook onto? What am I looking at? Oh, it spun around. Holy crap. It spun around so much that this little thing came out of the holder. I'll show you. You got more questions?
Everybody's just talking about where they're from.
I've already had Mr. John Saunders from the UK. He joined my last giveaway.
I saw that. I saw a couple people in the chat from the UK as well.
All right, so what I was saying is this little short part has to go into that little ridge right there so that it can't spin and actually keeps tension. But the other one was bent so much that it's just stuck in this position and wasn't even in the little ridge. So I'm glad that I got a new spring. Now you just gotta line it up and get it to go home. Shazam! It went home. Start talking to him, babe. Everyone misses you.
We got greetings from Finland.
Finland, dang. You got a lot of fish there? Do you get it or no? Yeah. Fins? Anyone?
Hey, what?
There's Mike.
No way!
All right, so you can see with it in there, it's nice and sprungy. Check out who we got. Sarantalot.
Everybody's full.
That is hilarious. Is that in the same spot? What's
I'm
up?
gonna stop by, say hi, and tell you Grouse is on fire.
It's what?
I said there was because I was avoiding like emergency
Just
vehicles
came
on the way
from there
here.
because I live right next to it. I was watching your video, passing by and seeing all these fire department cops and everything else like that.
Holy crap.
I saw the smoke from the highway.
For those watching that don't know, it's the like local grocery store, like local owned, has been there forever.
Like years and years.
Damn, for real? And it's on fire if you didn't hear that part. Because I saw a helicopter go over and I was like, is that?
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. Like, that's bad.
3-alarm fire.
3 alarms?
Yeah.
See, that almost looked like it was coming from the Chinese place.
It's actually from Edward Jones.
Really?
So Edward Jones lit
Yeah, but
and
the
then...
whole, looks like the whole back's on
Oh
fire.
no.
Holy crap.
Yep.
That's like the local strip.
Damn.
Gosh, that's sad. I hope everybody's okay.
I know.
There were a lot of
Dude, go to your
ambulances
home.
and like coming from Annapolis.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah,
a whole bunch. I mean,
yeah.
you got the Cape St. Clair, you got Arnold, you got Annapolis.
Holy crap,
There's
dude.
about 12 cops over there too.
I'm sure. Because it'll be kids. Well, the kids, school's not in yet, is it? I was going to say there'd be kids down there now, but...
There was a bunch of people down there, but
Jeez.
That is crazy. She said a big fire, and I was like, I wonder what's on fire.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry to say, it's all that.
What a
Damn.
bummer.
That's not good. For anyone who's watching who doesn't know what it is, if you've seen my Instagram story, just like a month or so ago, I was there on the Grom getting like a little pre-made like boxed lunch or whatever, talking about how much it brings like nostalgia, and now it's
Yeah.
on fire.
What
Yeah.
a bummer.
That is crazy. Yeah, when you said when you were in the chat and you said you were going out for a ride, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna swing by.
Yeah, of course I am. Just to say hi and actually see the bike in person.
Oh, yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
good.
Dude, it like looks like a real bike now. It's still all dirty and nasty, but
Oh, once you get it cleaned up and all, things gonna look brand new.
oh yeah. I may try to commission you, since you seem to know what you're doing with bikes, when I have to do the throttle cables, because I have no clue what I'm doing with
Those
that.
things are a pain in the neck, but yeah.
I know, that's why it's just scratched, and I was like, I might just reuse those because they're fine. It's just like the cover is messed up and has a little scuff, but I'm like,
Yeah, I saw that in the last video that you had, and I'm like, yeah, that's not too bad.
it's
I mean,
not
as
too
long as
bad, but
still
it's
works.
also really loose. And it's like tight down here. This one's fine, but this one's like jiggly, so I don't know if it's messed up. I've never done anything with throttle cables before, but that's the only thing from this entire project that I was like, I might take it somewhere to be safe. Because I've never done anything like that, and I don't want to be the one messing up.
Yeah, John says you don't want a throttle sticking on. Play it safe, Birch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a point there.
Yup. I also, I haven't announced this yet, so I got oil filters and stuff because it's at 575 miles. So I got an oil filter so that I could do the 600-mile service myself and kind of walk you guys through that, but I decided it would probably be cooler. I don't know if cooler was the right word. It would be a better idea to take it to an actual dealership for the 600-mile service. That way, whoever gets the bike, when they do the 600-mile service, they go over all the bolts and make sure everything's good and all that kind of stuff. That way, the 600-mile service is done, and you know it's done by a shop that looked over the entire bike and gives it the thumbs up. So I think I'm going to do that. As cool as it would be to do it myself, and I would save money doing it myself, I think it would give whoever gets the bike more confidence knowing that a shop did it, if that makes sense, and that it was looked over.
Yeah, it's just the look over itself would be...
Yup. Check it out. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then, where was I? I'm just glad it's shaded now because I'm burning up. I'll take some questions. I haven't taken some questions in a sec. Anybody got any questions for Sir Rant-A-Lot?
I know nothing.
Just pull in the clutch and blow your engine to the moon. It sounds about right. Jay Steezy TV, hope you all doing well. You too. Pat Grog said if Nina needs a logo for her channel, check in with Road Reality about the logo he got done. It's quite good. Road Reality is another guy who's right around here.
I'm gonna screenshot that on my phone and...
Thank you for the
That guy up
suggestion.
north over who has the Harley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always riding around smoking cigars and stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
the guy who's also into Legos.
Yep.
I was like, motorcycle rider who's into Legos. I can get into that.
Yep. Oh, my mom's in here. She said, oh no, did you say Grawls? Yep, it is indeed Grawls, unfortunately. Sadiq said, greetings from NYC. You're the reason I've committed to getting a Rebel. Hell yeah. Do it. Do it, do it. Compare Rebel 300/500 for starter bikes. Mr. Codemaster said, what's your favorite rant?
Politics.
Politics. Oh, God. We're getting canceled.
Not gonna do it here.
Yeah. 300 versus 500. They're the same exact bike, except for the motor. Everything else is literally the exact same. I think there's like a 40 or 60 pound difference. I think both of them are light enough that it won't really matter. Like, even this is still like 100 pounds lighter than what they have you take the Harley class on. Yeah, I mean, I made a whole video about it, so that would probably explain it better. But I feel like the Rebel 500 is more of a long-term bike, whereas the 300, you'll outgrow it faster. But it's also lighter and they're cheaper. So if you're getting a first bike and you're worried about dropping it or something like that, you're dropping a cheaper bike that's easier to pick up. Pretty much with all the bikes, the way that I always explain it is the Rebel 500 will cruise on the highway at the Rebel 300's top speed, and the Rebel 1100 will cruise on the highway at the Rebel 500's top speed, and they're both pretty much twice as fast as the last one up to that speed, if that makes sense. So yeah, but if you have a 300 and you're considering upgrading, if it's already on your mind, I'd go straight for something more powerful, because at first you'll be like, wow, the 500 has a lot more power, and within a week you'll be like, all right, I'm over it. It's not that much more exciting, if that makes sense. Hope that answers your question. All right, you want to switch sides so I can start, that's the brake pedal.
Sit on my jacket so I don't get those marks from that.
That's the other spring. So you don't get what?
So I don't get all the marks on my legs.
I'll bring the rag over. And we'll start getting this back on the bike. So where are you riding to?
I gotta go over and fix a leak. I just wanted to stop by and say hi and let you know.
Where at? The shopping center?
No, it's over at one of the properties that I manage.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, have fun. I hear people like it if you go live while you work on it.
This is how you do plumbing.
Right. Oh, man. Well, ride safe. It was good seeing you.
Yeah, it's good actually seeing your little setup here too. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And seeing all these bikes and everything all live and everything.
We got one of each flavor.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Just like you're about to whenever you have every Yamaha that has the 700 motor in it.
By the way, I almost bought a Road King.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What stopped you?
They sold it an hour before I was able to see it.
Oh, dang.
There's a lot of that going around.
Called my luck.
So sick.
By the way, hey, Top Bird, ride sometime.
If I'm ever done working on these godforsaken bikes, I will definitely do that. I need to get out and ride. I've been bitching about that to her so much, where I'm like, I've gotten so in over my head with all the installs that I have lined up and all the work I have to get done that I don't have time to even freaking ride anymore. So definitely keep me posted on that and I'll make it happen, because I'm gonna lose it if I don't ride soon.
Yeah, especially once I get the, I got the 60 cam.
Did you?
And I'll be putting a cam on this new helmet. Got the cardio on there.
Oh, you did get a new helmet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks good with the bike.
I was about to say the colors match perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, also got the cardio attached to it.
Yep.
I need to get mine set up still. I'm slacking on that.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, ride safe, man. Take it easy.
Take care.
All right, so I don't have, some of y'all are going to judge me for this. I don't have any grease to put on this, so the grease that I was just complaining about having on my hand, that thing sounds good even stock. I miss my FC07. So we'll reuse the grease, and you guys can hear me complain about how greasy I am some more.
All right. Let me scroll back.
See what we missed while we were chatting.
Yeah.
Chatty Cathy.
Or what do you think about a CBR 650R for a first bike?
I think it's great. If it's the first bike you've ever been on, it's going to feel fast at first, but it's kind of like one of those things where at first you're gonna be like, holy crap, I had no idea that something could be that fast. And then after a couple weeks of riding, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm used to it now. Because they are very quick and snappy, but they're really, I rode one, not the newest generation, but the one before that, before they looked as aggressive as they do. And it's really nice and snappy, but it's not gonna like throw you off the bike or anything. It's really manageable. I remember it being really narrow, so it was like easy to flat foot. If I were gonna get a first sport bike, I would probably, and I was staying in the Honda family, I would probably get that before I got the CBR 500, because the build quality just feels that much nicer on the 650, and you could reasonably keep the 650 for years and just stay on that, whereas the 500, you're gonna outgrow it the same way you would the Rebel 500. See if they got any questions for you though, because I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing here. I'm getting too distracted.
I think someone said earlier to plug my channel. My channel is @KomodoVlogs. It's the same as my Instagram. You can scroll and find me commenting in the chat earlier if you don't know how to spell it.
Working the greasing.
Also, can you guys hear me? I don't want to yell, but I don't. I want to make sure you can hear me asking Birch the questions.
See you with your Boris. Watch your glasses though, I might
Oh,
stumble.
yeah. Oh, and I meant to, babe, Spencer is making the floorboards for us? Is that, do I remember that?
Maybe. I'll be honest, I gotta focus on what I'm doing.
Okay. Spencer, we'll get back to you on that. I'm not sure.
Oh, he was asking about it? I thought you were asking the person who was doing it.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, dokie.
Mr. Codemaster, I like the idea of a creamsicle version. But I don't think I'd be able to talk him into doing it.
What?
He said, Rebel in every flavor. Where's the creamsicle model? Orange tank with the white tail fender.
That would be wild.
Yeah. It'd be really retro though. It'd be cool.
It would be cool to, like, for when you go to any, like, retro shows, just swap out to, like, a white seat.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. With some grease on that, too.
Apparently they do make a white tail fender.
Yeah, on the 2022 models, I believe.
Cool.
All right, so we'll take the old spring and put it on there to get a little bit of grease on that, like there was. And then this is the new spring that'll go around this thing. I gotta figure out which direction, and then go on to here for the brake pedal. Right. I got too distracted. Oh, it goes in that hole, okay. What in the hell am I looking at right now? Feel free to answer questions. I'm like getting anxious, sitting in silence.
Oh. Well, if you guys have any not too complex or complicated bike questions for me, go ahead. We got greetings from Germany. Love to hear that Birch got you riding. That's super cool.
That's how it goes.
am using, the question was what helmet am I using? I use an Icon helmet, but the colorway is discontinued. But let me see if I can look up what it's called. I can't quite remember.
Icon Armada Geo
Oh,
Racer.
thank you.
You guys hear that?
Armada.
Icon Armada Geo Racer. The helmet is Armada, so that is not discontinued, but the colorway is Geo Racer, which is. All right. So we got the brake pedal on. We got the new spring in there. One side of the spring goes in that hole on the bracket, and one side goes through there, so that when you push down, it'll spring back up. Let's turn it this way and have you scoot a little bit to the side, because I'm gonna have to get in there. Perfect, darling. No, you can be there. I was just saying. I just meant like literally a foot to the side.
Oh, okay. What is our dream riding location? All I'm focused on right now is getting on the road initially at first, but my dream right now, or my goal right now, is to hit a back road. I don't care which one, just any back road with lots of trees and some like little twisties and stuff. Not too crazy ones yet, but that's all I'm thinking about.
While I have the brain power, I gotta plug motosport.com. There should be a link in the description of the last video. They are so cheap for OEM parts. I've always used like Partzilla and stuff like that, but Motosport was, just the tank alone was $80 to $100 cheaper than on Partzilla. I think it was $424 through Motosport, and it was, I want to say $550 off Partzilla, so definitely check them out. I had no clue they existed until I was searching for that tank, but they've been cheaper for pretty much every single OEM part.
All right, question from Mr. Codemaster. Have I ever thought about using saddlebags, and would I put a windscreen on my bike? What are some mods that I'd like to put on my bike? I don't think that I want to put saddlebags on. That could change. I think my style would change as I grow in riding, but I really want to find, like, I don't know what to call it, but it's like
Swing arm bag?
No, like the one that sits up front, like we talked about for the Navi.
Oh, like a handlebar bag.
Yes, but I want to find one that would clip off and I could use as like a fanny pack or a purse, like immediately. Like I wouldn't have to attach anything else to it, just clip it off and throw it on. That would be so cool.
So that idea comes from, what's up, dude? That idea comes from, there's a BMX company, because I used to ride BMX, called Odyssey, and they have something called a switch pack. And it's exactly that. It's designed to either go inside of the handlebars of your BMX bike or inside the frame of your bike. And then it comes off and it has a strap that comes out that you can use as a crossbody or as a fanny pack.
Love that. That would be literally perfect.
The only issue is the color that I'm looking at is discontinued also. And I think the only color I've been able to find is a navy color that would match her bike, but it's the only colorway that has Odyssey, like the logo big across it, and it just, yeah. People will be like, oh, you ride BMX? And she would be like, what?
No, I do not.
Yes, I shred.
In terms of any other mods, I'm probably not going to do a lot to my 300. I think a couple accessories here and there. Maybe some of that like reflective tape, maybe, but I don't want to overdo the blue as well because it's just so pretty the way it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do much to it. I think it's just going to be kind of like my first bike, and I'm going to put the protective stuff on it, and if it gets beat up, it gets beat up, and I'll replace it because it's relatively cheap. But in terms of, I think someone also asked me what my dream bike is.
Just real quick, showing you guys what's going on. I put the washer over that. I got the snap ring here. You squeeze it and it'll spread, and then you put it over and it'll lock on. Take it away, babe. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm trying to find I can't find the exact, oh yeah, it was Mr. Codemaster again. What's the end motorcycle? Honda Goldwing, I don't even know what the next one is, an Africa Twin, a CRF 300, or maybe something else. So oddly enough, my dream bike actually was an 05 Rebel 250, and so I pretty much have my dream bike already, which is insane. But again, I think I'll grow as a rider in terms of like looking for more power and more speed. But right now, I have my dream bike, which is super cool.
What's going on, man? good. That answer, guys, was not correct because she's not thinking about the fact that she literally daydreams about.
Oh yeah, well, okay. I want a 636.
Yeah, there we go. The truth comes out.
I want a 636 so bad, and I know.
But somehow you. I have
forgot.
my dream bike. Nah, nah.
But like for now, knowing my like skills and ability and what I'm capable of, and budget-wise and all of it. But the only reason I know nothing about 636s, the only reason I want one is the rev limiter. That sound alone makes me want one so bad.
Shout out Brian 636.
Yeah, literally.
Like his videos are why I understand what people mean when they comment on my stuff and they say, if I watch one more of your videos, you're gonna make me spend money that I don't have.
Yeah.
Because every time we watch it, we're like, dude, we need a 636 now.
Yeah. Someone said, how do I convince my wife to ride with me? You gotta make it comfortable. Start with like a short ride first and communication. Be super, super, super communicative. Like if she's on the back with you, you guys need to either have like a system, especially just because she's like worried about it already or she's concerned about it, have a system. And if you don't have a comm system, you can do a tap system. So like 5 taps means pull over now, I'm done. 3 taps means slow down or whatever you gotta do. Just strap a fanny on the grom. I thought about just maybe attaching a fanny pack to the bike, but I'm scared it would fly off.
All right, so that was the thing that I just clipped back in. That is the, whatever the heck it's called, the brake light sensor. It tells the brake light when to come on. I'm pretty much just doing, just so I don't have to keep cutting her off, I'm just doing everything I just did, but in reverse. So I clipped on the thing for the sensor for the brake light. This spring will go on from right there on the brake pedal to the sensor so that when it gets pulled on, it turns the brake light on. And then I'll use the cotter pin and that thing to reattach the master cylinder to the brake pedal, and then the 2 Allen keys to attach the master cylinder to the bracket, and then the 2 Allen keys to attach the bracket to this. That makes sense? Everything I did, but rewind it.
Rewind it. So to Prosper.
He's the one that made me the backpack.
Okay, so he just said that he can make that for me in any color or material.
Oh.
You should DM me on my Instagram and
Why
let me
did
know
I not
about
even
that.
think of that?
Because I would pay you almost any dollar.
All right.
Any dollar.
All right, relax.
That would be so sick though. Please DM me on my Instagram and we can talk about it because that would be really cool. Spencer, we have not tested out our comm system yet. We have not had a second to get them set up. We're both super OCD, so we want them to be like perfect and perfectly on our helmets, and we haven't sat down and done it yet, but we're still super excited about it. Slovenia. Greetings from Slovenia. Hello.
Damn. What in the shit am I doing here? Oh. Where is Slovenia?
I mean, Europe? I don't know.
This is the point of my videos where I take my watch off so it doesn't scratch anything.
Yeah, you definitely use the tapping methods, and I just saw somebody also say that they convinced their wife. Yeah, my wife saw a Grom, immediate switch from no motorcycles to buy me one. So find something that's like, she thinks is super cool and she'll be hooked. It'll be easy.
That's like your version of being like, I don't think we would need another mini moto, and then you saw the Honda Monkey and you were like, but
If we don't have, and I like the Ruckuses as well. I think they're really cool.
the plural is Ruckai.
Oh. Mr. Codemaster said the 05 Rebel 250 are still being sold in Florida. I would actually love, eventually that would be like another goal, especially for my channel, to do some kind of rebuild series. But
It's not worth it.
yeah. The problem is that I am not anywhere as knowledgeable. I know nothing. I do not, absolutely nothing. Anytime my car makes a new sound, I bring it straight to him and I'm like, fix it. But it would be really cool to like attempt to do something like that and literally learn as I go, especially on an 05 or something older.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean, you have a basis of knowledge.
I take apart, I put bolt back. Fucking bitch, dude. The darker it's getting out here, the more of a pain in the ass this is becoming.
Oh yeah. Oh, apparently there's a story about the 05 Rebel 250 crankshaft. But I don't know what it is. Any tips on leading off into first gear without stalling? I have a 2022 Rebel 300. Yes, I do have some tips because I have just learned how to do it myself. So stalling, I think you have to learn, you have to know what that feels like. But the biggest thing I can tell you is to, I don't want to say to not be afraid to give it a little bit of gas, but you're not gonna fly away, because that's what I was scared of as well, and I was just literally not giving it enough gas. So make sure you're very aware of your friction zone and just like play in first gear, like start like anyone would start, roll the bike, just like literally letting go of your clutch, and then from there move into letting go of your clutch with a little bit of gas. And it's just like you have to just find that balance and keep practicing over and over. One of the things they told me in the Harley class, I don't know if this will help, I didn't do it because I didn't think it was going to help me, but they did tell me to take a dish rag and sit at home and just do this motion at home. And apparently that like gets your brain in that like muscle memory of doing that kind of motion, so that may help as well. But you just have to literally get seat time and sit there and practice letting go of your clutch and finding the friction zone with your throttle. And the bikes have a slipper clutch, so they're super forgiving. So if you're stalling a lot, just like a little bit more gas. I don't want to encourage anybody really to do that, but that would be what I would think would be up, is just a little more gas.
A little bit more yes, a little bit less no.
Exactly. Alright, I can't read as fast as you guys type, so give me a second.
And go subscribe to her, because I think once she gets to 1,000 subscribers, she can go live also?
Maybe, I don't know. I need to look into that. But we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty exciting.
What am I forgetting? Just the spring, right? Guys, we are really building this bike right now. We are out here.
It's pretty cool. For someone who's a newbie, can you explain the friction zone in your terms? Alright, well I know y'all will correct me if I'm wrong, and please do, because I'm also a newbie. The way I think about the friction zone is like where the bike starts to get power. So yeah, that's how I would explain it. So the friction zone is where your bike starts to get power. So it's literally that motion of letting your clutch go and giving it gas. That actual thing is finding your friction zone. I don't know if that explains it any better.
It's like the middle ground / meeting point where your clutch finally allows the power to transfer from the engine to your transmission to the road, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Let me know if that makes any more sense.
Let's put some thread lock on it.
Oh, there you go. The friction zone is when the clutch starts to grip or bite, and you can tell that's where the clutch is activating. That's a way better. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. How do you feel about DCT? Honest opinion. I don't know if you're asking me or asking him. Personally, I think the DCT is an excellent option. I'm talking about the right thing, right?
That's the automatic version.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome option. We have a friend who has, I think, carpal tunnel in his wrists, and so it's painful for him to do too many things. So having that option and then having cruise control, which I believe they have, is also excellent. Personally, I enjoy a manual transmission in both cars, and I'm learning to love it on my bike. So I don't think I would ever own a DCT until maybe I was like 80 or something, until that time.
Or if you were doing lots of stuff that involved like stop and go traffic.
Yeah, now that's another thing. The only reason I don't, well, other than the fact that I couldn't afford it, the only reason that I don't have another manual car right now is because we live in the city, and it's not fun to drive manual in the city, in my opinion anyways.
All right, guys, I'm putting blue thread lock on this. Leave a comment if you think that I should mess with the person who gets this bike next and put red thread lock on the top so they can never get it off in their life. Imagine. That's like the permanent one that I was saying is like 250 foot-pounds of torque to get it to come off.
Crazy. Yeah, Scott said that he had a stroke, so he lost most of the dexterity in his left hand. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're getting better, that you're well. But yeah, that's why DCT is an excellent option. I've seen like veterans also that have amputated limbs and things, and they're able to ride, and that's really cool.
Somebody, I've only seen it done once so far, and I think it was in another country somewhere, but there was a company that actually took a DCT Rebel 1100 and did a trike conversion.
Oh yeah.
So it was a trike that was automatic and had all the fancy tech that the Rebel 1100 does.
Link's here. Link, I was just talking about you. I was
Link!
talking about your DCT. Everyone's asking what they think about the DCT.
I was wondering about Link.
I know.
This whole time I've been like, where's Link and where's Fran? What's going on
Yeah,
here?
I know.
Fran's probably working. He'll send me something in a little while saying he's watching it from the Tesla or whatever he was doing last time.
We got hello from El Salvador.
Yes,
Hello.
I love El Salvador. Mail me some pupusas. That's where pupusas are from.
Oh, mail me some pupusas.
What is today? Oh, it's Wednesday.
Oh,
We missed Taco Tuesday? Dude. All right.
What did we do? Oh,
Oh, yeah, because you cooked.
Because I cooked.
Because you cooked and ruined it for us. There's still like 90-something people in here.
I
You guys
know.
are pretty cool, huh?
Hi from
What is
Wales,
my-
UK.
Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. All right, I still got 25%. Dope. This is why I don't use my GoPro, because how long have I been doing this? Over an hour and a half. My GoPro would have died 30 to 40 minutes ago.
Yep. Any good suggestions on an exhaust for the 300? I think I can speak for us both. Personal opinion, you can't put any other exhaust in the 300 unless you want to hear the inside of your brain rattle every time you get on the bike. Can't remember the exact like mechanical terms behind it, but essentially if you take the exhaust off of the 300, it straight pipes it. And you can look up a YouTube video like what it sounds like with any other exhaust, and it is like the rumble that will just literally jiggle the inside of your brain. So I would look up some videos of what it sounds like first, but again, personal opinion, but I think it's way too loud with anything other than stock.
And then technical terms, on the 500, the catalytic converter is right here. On the 300, because it only has one pipe that comes down, the catalytic converter is in the muffler. So anytime you swap the muffler on the 300, you get rid of the catalytic converter, which allows a lot more noise to come out. It is, when I had my Rebel 300 with the Two Brothers exhaust on it, and it's like that with any exhaust, I dreaded going anywhere where I would be cruising above 40 to 45 miles per hour, because it would just be so, it wasn't just loud, it's a single cylinder. So it's bop, 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 bop. There's no like evening, like with, even if I straight pipe the 500, it'd be like, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Does that make sense? Instead of, bop, like they call it, what do they call it? Like a single thumper or whatever? Like it
Yeah.
is just, it drones, it's loud, it's miserable.
Yeah, so definitely look into it before you do it, because I was the same way, because I remember getting 300 and being like, dang, the exhaust is kind of like not very loud. If I'm going to be a new rider on the road, it would be great if people could hear me as well as see me. And then I was telling him like, oh, what exhaust could I get? And he's like, look it up first, because you're going to hate it.
one thing that I think would be cool that maybe we could put on her channel, because I don't think it would have a home on my channel necessarily, is now that we've taken the Rebel 500's muffler off, putting that on her 300 to see how it sounds. Because it'll look the exact same, but it won't have the cat in it. But it's also a bigger muffler than any of the other ones that we've been looking at, to see how that sounds and how loud it is, because that would be like removing the cat but having as much sound deadening as you're gonna get.
Right, that might be.
And if that works, finding a better looking one, because that one's all scuffed up or whatever, just fine. Like I think Rich said that he had his stock one still.
Right.
See if we can pick that up.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad to even have a scratch one on there anyways, just in case. For
Right.
now, you know.
Just to say screw it.
Right.
Yeah, we could even take it and just spray paint it flat black to get the scuffs off.
Yeah.
All right, now this is the tricky part that you guys probably remember from my 1100 install. I probably shouldn't have tightened everything down first, but getting the spring from the little brake thingy onto the brake pedal, I think the best way is to set... Oh, wait.
How'd you get so fast?
Experience, baby girl. No, I just took the little hook thing, I pulled it back, and I lined it up and then just pushed with my finger in the middle of the spring to push it down into place. You have to have one of these. This thing is, like, I have a few of these with different kinds of hooks and points. This thing has saved my life so much lately. I just used that to pull the spring back, and then I pushed with my finger in the middle of the spring to snap it down into place. All right.
Well, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's like people saying like, oh, it's too abrasive without, and then other people like, yeah, so like, yes, loud pipes save lives. I agree with you.
Got it.
But my brain being jiggled while I'm riding and being able to focus on other things except my own exhaust would be important too.
I'm gonna have you guys chat with her for a second, and I'm going to, now that this is on, I'm just gonna go down the street real quick and make sure that the rear brake is working the way that it should.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Let me get out of the way of the exhaust.
Oh no, you're good. I'm gonna roll it away and then start it over there. I just blow the exhaust into your ear holes.
Alright guys, now's the time to ask me questions that are not too technical, because I'll cry if I don't know how to, no, I'm just kidding. But if you guys want to ask me questions, go ahead. Yeah, see Ace, that's what I'm saying. It's good to have a, I don't need a headache. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Well, now I'm gonna need a 500 just for the exhaust. Alright guys, what's up? Link, how has practice been? Practice has been awesome. I've been out a couple different times. You guys can still hear him all the way down there. I've been out to practice a couple different times. I'm feeling way, way, way better. I managed to get into 5th gear, and actually I saw 46 miles an hour, which was super crazy. As fast as I've been so far, and yeah, I'm just starting to feel some confidence come back after my Harley class, which is really nice. I posted on my Instagram today. You guys can check it out if you want. I said that, oh my gosh, just lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what I said. I can still hear him going down the street. But you can check out my post to see what I'm talking about on my Instagram. Oh, that's what I said. I'm prepared fully to be humbled by some smaller maneuvers, some slow speed maneuvers, but I am just allowing myself to be confident and happy going fast and straight for now, so. That is crazy loud. Here he comes. That is so wild. That sounds so good.
Yeah.
That sounds so good. Let me get out your way.
Brakes work and ABS works. Don't ask me how I know that. Yeah, doesn't it sound good?
It sounds amazing. I could hear you literally all the way down the street. I was telling them.
All right, now, real quick, I'll spin that off and turn the camera around. We got to get your first impression of the Mustang seat. Go ahead and sit on it.
Oh, okay.
Because she has a Mustang seat for her bike too that we got to put on, but I want to see.
Oh, this is a lot of fun. It's so comfy. That's like a couch.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
And do you feel how it's sitting you up closer?
Yeah, a little bit.
Put the kickstand down and go sit on your bike so you have like a side-to-side comparison.
I'm always so scared every time I do that.
Yeah, my bike I put closer to yours so I'd have more space, so maybe don't sit yours up. Yeah.
Yeah, that has way more padding and cushion.
Cushion?
And it does, yeah, it does sit way more forward, actually.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed it, but it does. It's more that it comes up here.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It gives you more like back support.
Yeah.
And then go from that and go sit right back on that.
No, that's what I have to do. Yeah, that's so nice, actually, though.
Yeah.
So much more comfortable.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That'll make a huge difference as well.
Mm-hmm. That's why I've been telling you.
I don't think I would get rid of the stock seat just in case I ever get over this one. Good lord.
Oh, Mac's in here. What's up, Mac? He said the cowl looks really good. Are you talking about the cowl on the Rebel 500, or I can give you guys a little sneak preview before my video comes out. I have the Memphis Shades fairing on the 1100. Yeah. So Link, good question, because I was talking about it before when you were not in here. So what I realized is the reason why the other shorty was a little weird is because all of the shorties that I've used have been the specific like Radiant Cycles company, and I thought they were all the same, but apparently not, because the new one came in and it was the same way. It was like loose and it was weird, and so I ordered the Radiant Cycles one and I compared them, and they look similar enough just by looking at it, but the Radiant Cycles one has more of a I don't want to say a shiny finish, but the not Radiant Cycles one was like very flat black, and it was hard to tell unless you put them next to each other, but it was slightly thinner and slightly longer, and the little baffle piece didn't stick out as far. So I got the actual Radiant Cycles one to compare them, and this one fit just fine. So then I returned the other one and used the little like Amazon credit towards that one. So thank you. I love you. I still appreciate you. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. But either way, everybody shout out Link, because he's the reason why we have the Shorty GP on this jaunt. Someone says, Birch, come right around Potomac area. I've actually never ridden up that way. Let me flip this back around. I can't even think of how far that is, like an hour, hour and a half or something. All right. So we'll flip that to where you can see both of us. I just got the 20% notification on my phone. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so before she starts answering some more questions, this is what I was talking about. It has this little rubber thing here, whereas you see on the other side when I did it, we kept the rubber part out and it looked more like MX style. So to take that off, there's just one nut right here, and I want to say it's an 8mm question mark. We'll find out.
I gotta get my jacket adjusted. All right, let me see what we got. All right, Mr. Codemaster, do you wear boots and/or while riding? I know you have a jacket, but what else do you use while you're still learning? I have a built jacket that I just picked up with full armor in it. I've got back, elbow, shoulder. I, of course, have my Icon helmet. And then I have built shoes as well that have toe protection and heel protection. Oh, not heel protection, sorry. They have...
Dude, what the hell am I doing? Where did I put the socket?
I don't know
see it anywhere?
I don't know what a socket looks like.
The thing that goes with that.
No?
Big shiny chrome. Somebody leave a comment if you remember where the last place that you saw my socket was.
But yeah, I have a jacket and shoes and helmet and gloves, and I just wear jeans because I'm not going, you found it? I'm not going anywhere on the road right now. Also, finding women's riding pants
Stop
is...
the cap. She's going to be riding on the road in like a week, guaranteed.
We'll see. But finding women's riding pants has been a little bit tricky as well. I've only seen a couple companies and reviews are not like excellent. So yeah.
But NBT Clothing is considering, I think they're in the works of designing their female line right now. And you can get 15% off nbtclothing.com using code BURCH. And no lie, they're the most comfortable riding pants I've ever found in my entire life, and I have 3 pairs of them.
And they look good too. They look, so like our thing is that
They do something to her when she sees me in those pants.
we like to wear gear, but we don't look,
No, I don't.
we don't like looking crazy showing up places with all of our stuff. So I personally, I would love gear that's like more discreet and is not bulky and heavy as well.
MX style in 3 seconds.
Great success. Josiah said, have you been on the freeway yet with your 300? No, I have not. That's kind of what we're just talking about. I have been doing a lot of parking lot practicing and also don't have my endorsement, so I don't want to. I don't want to ride dirty.
That's what being a biker's all about, brother.
Kentucky Buckeye. My wife wants to know how you get over the beginner fear. You don't. You always have it. My saying that I love to repeat because I just believe in it is you shouldn't let your fear stop you from doing what you want to do, but you should always let your fear keep you safe.
BRB.
Beginner fear should, I don't think, ever disappear, to be honest, because it keeps you humble, it keeps you in check, keeps you in line, keeps you safe. So yeah, in terms of like initial actually just like getting on a bike, just set a goal, set your comfort level of what you want to do. And like for me, that was literally sitting on a motorcycle or riding on the back of his. It doesn't have to be, again, big thing I say on my channel is like, you're not the hot girl with the knee-high socks that can get on the sport bike and go 100 miles an hour all at once. And yeah, just keep that in mind. Just set your own goal, go at your own pace, but beginner fear should never disappear. You should always have that. Working on a motorcycle is one of the best ways to learn how to reach on stuff. I think I read that wrong, but I'm very excited to learn how to work on motorcycles too. I feel like it's a skill that just keeps moving and growing, and you always have cool stuff to do. Mac, when you giving this thing away? Stuff keeps falling off my bike. We're working on it. Alright guys, I'm scrolling. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at Steel and Strength for Women. They're cool. I have a pair. Elizabeth, do they make, this is going to sound silly, but let me know if they make high-rise pants, please, because that would be what I need.
Now accepting brand deals from all sparkling water companies. I prefer AHA and Bubbly brand, but I'm open to anything. Have your people talk to my people because I live off of these and I'd like to get paid for it. Cheers.
Hey, cheers. Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
A little something to take the edge off.
Just get insulated pants. I don't know would that protect me more than just jeans? And yes, Mr. Cardmaster, women riding pants do have different waistline cuts. So the problem is that like pants that fit his legs and his waist would not fit me. And I don't want to be uncomfortable in gear as well because that's another distraction.
Yeah, that's why the people that yell at me about not wearing gear, I feel safer when it's 110 degree heat index wearing a t-shirt than I do adding a frickin' heat stroke risk into the mix wearing my leather jacket and riding pants and all that kind of nonsense. It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Elizabeth says that they do make high-waisted. Steel and Strength. I just screenshotted it, but we need to remember that. I will look into that. Thank you very much.
Nothing better than some fupa tucking.
Okay. You're done. Babe, I've seen a couple different questions about this. People are asking, is the giveaway USA only, and what would happen if someone won it or like entered from the UK?
I'm still not entirely sure how I'm doing it, so I don't want to give away too much, but I'll say how we did it last time, which was that the first name that got picked won $300. The second name that got picked won $200. The third name that got picked won the bike. Wherever you win the bike from, it's your responsibility to get it. So if you're in the UK and you want to enter, that's fine, as long as you understand that you would be responsible for figuring out a way to get it there and making sure that you can register it. But on the bright side, I believe last time somebody from the UK was the one that won $200 or something. So there was still a plus side to that. Honestly, the more I build this bike, the more I don't want to get rid of it. So I've even thought about, it wouldn't be possible because I don't have the money to do it, but I've thought about being like, if the winner doesn't want the bike because they live in the UK, okay, I'll wire you $4,000 or something so you can get a bike. But I don't have the means to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there are prizes other than the bike. It's just, you know, if you're in the US and you need to get it shipped, you can get a bike shipped anywhere in the US for $600 or whatever. But in the UK, I don't even know how that would work, honestly.
Spencer just asked if I have playing cards tattoos. Yes, I do. I have 2 playing cards. They're from my favorite song in the world, which is Shape of My Heart by Sting. So Randall says he's gonna win the 500.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That would be actually awesome. But just so you guys know, I do it 100% legit, and I know that the people who enter would only be entering if they knew I did it 100% legit. But just know, my dad's already talked about entering, my neighbors already talked about entering, the last one that I did, my manager entered. So if it's someone that I know, it's 100% legit. I do it on live and everything like that. So if somebody around here wins it and you see it in another video, I'm not a terrible person. It is legit.
I enter and I win it.
That would be crazy. And then we like turn the tables and we give away your bike.
No, I'm gonna pull a what's his face with the Stradman. I'm gonna eventually take my 300 when it's decrepit and has 100,000 miles on it and split it in half and stick it on my wall.
Yes. Or like Amelia and buy back poop turd.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's clean up what I've done so far so I have any clue what the heck I'm doing.
Oh, so Rancelot says the leak is fixed.
Good.
Just thought I'd update you.
He really knows how to work those pipes. Wait, what?
Mr. Codemaster. Mr. Codemaster said if he wins the bike, he's going to get a plane ticket and driving it back down to Florida, if I understand. That would be a hell of a ride.
That would be a great start to your YouTube career, though. I won LifeOfBurch. I always tell people this. Use me for clout. Any of my friends that want to start a YouTube channel, just like
It works.
convince me to ride with you and then make the title something like, I can't believe LifeOfBurch did this while we were riding. Like, use me for clout to make your channel cool. So imagine the title of a video. I won LifeOfBurch's motorcycle and rode it 2,000 miles home. All right, so I'm getting down like this because...
Fran's here.
Fran, what up? Ooh,
Bless.
thanks.
Welcome.
My phone's at 13%, so I think that's it for working on the bike. For those of you who just joined, we swapped out the right side bracket that was all bent up, handled all of that. So new bracket, new brake pedal, that whole assembly is fixed, new foot peg. I put the Shorty GP exhaust on, and I, surprise, got a Mustang seat for it. So the winter can be nice and comfy. And that's gonna do it for installs today, because I was gonna do like the brake and clutch levers or something, but I don't want my phone to die in the middle of it. So let's end things off with a Q&A until my phone dies. This will be better because if my phone does die, at least it's not like when I was riding on the ground the other night and the GoPro died and everybody thought I crashed because of the loud, terrible noise that happened when it died.
Great.
So we'll save Nina's social anxiety.
Stop reading now.
And you guys can start asking me some questions.
Wait, there's one more.
Look at how creepy my finger looks when I reach.
E.T. One more comment I want to read to you. Dude, watching your channel got me into so much trouble with the wife. I haven't rode since I was 16. I'm 33 now. I finally convinced her that it's a safe bike for beginners.
Let's go.
I love that.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
That is what it's all about. Ace said, "Where is Cat?" He's inside. He's an inside kitty.
Well, he used to be on them streets, but now he's strictly indoors.
Do you know if the Burley Sissy Bar will work with the Honda rack? I don't think that it will. Wait, clarify. Are you talking about the fender rack? It should work with the fender rack. I was thinking back to when somebody asked if the Sissy Bar will work with the Honda saddlebags. Drinking Heineken and chugging, hugging my cat. That sounds nice. Do you know if the Mustang rear seat comes with passenger foot pegs? No, it does not. So that's the only thing that kind of sucks, is if you want passenger foot pegs for any of these bikes, you have to buy the whole kit. And we thought we could get around that and learn the hard way. For her bike, she didn't want a rear seat, but she wanted the
Exhaust sliders.
The exhaust sliders to go on there. So all we needed was the bracket. So we ordered off eBay. We found something that was like 55 or 60 bucks for just the brackets and the foot pegs, no seat. And we're like, all right, let's do that. The finish was crap. The welds were crap.
So bad.
It was, one of the welds was broken. The finish was chipping off. Ended up getting a refund. So unfortunately, as far as I know, there's no way to get just the brackets and foot pegs, and you have to get like the whole setup either from T-Rex or from Honda, and then buy the rear seat separately. Unfortunately, yes, chugging my cat, Birch 2022. You know, the Honda fender rack. Yes, that should fit. Dang, I don't want to mess up this nice angle that we have going. I was going to show it to you, but yeah, the fender rack should fit with it. I'm 99% certain that it will. Have you thought about putting a wider tire to fix the death wobble at higher speeds? I don't think that will help. I think it would actually make it worse, because I think part of the issue is how big the front wheel is, and that would just add more weight to the outside, which would make it more severe when it does it. Maybe it would keep it more steady, but I think the biggest issue, anyone who's ever in my comments talking shit about, you don't know what you're talking about, mine doesn't wobble, I look at their stuff and they're 250 plus pounds. Yeah, obviously yours doesn't wobble because you're weighing it down more. I weigh $150, and I think lots of it comes down to I need to get my front suspension dialed in, would probably help, because it happens worse over road imperfections and bumps, but it still happens regardless. I think it's just because I'm very light. Like when I lean forward, it helps prevent it a little bit also, but I also don't want to put too much weight on the handlebars, because when you get death wobbles, you want to stay loose. Oh, I just got the 10% note. Hopefully that didn't freeze for you guys. So yeah, me leaning forward and putting weight on it helps it, but when you get the death wobbles, you want to keep it loose and you're good. And also, lots of the people who say, I'll just say, in my videos, I ride pretty tame because my microphone doesn't sound great over like 45, but I don't really ride tame. I ride like I should have a sport bike sometimes. So when I get the wobble, it's not me, like when I say it wobbles over 85, I don't mean that I'm cruising at 85 and it starts wobbling out of nowhere. I mean, I crack that motherfucker open and keep it pinned, and it's like the sudden power literally transfers the weight to the rear enough that the front starts to shimmy. I don't know a whole lot about suspension, so I have turned the preload up a bit in hopes that it would help. I've heard some people say turning the preload down a bit will help because it won't. I don't know. I don't want to sound incorrect because I know it's actually a rebound setting that would cause it to rebound. But saying that when the preload is up, it makes it rebound like that. And when you turn it down, it just kind of eats up the bumps, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm 205 and I drive my bike like a maniac, no death wobbles. I think it's the added weight and having your front suspension tuned properly is what helps. And I think, unfortunately, how I have my front suspension set to handle the best and be comfortable, like the mix of those two things, I think is not conductive to high speeds driving like a crazy man when I only weigh 150. David Diaz, did you end up getting the slip-on exhaust for the Rebel? Yes, I did, and it works. We did that around the beginning, though. Fran said, watching this on lunch, I'll have to watch the good stuff later. I figured. I was like, I don't know where Link is, and I don't know where Fran is, but I bet Fran's going to watch it in a Tesla. Legit like the Rebel 500, though, would be throwing on a Speedo Healer TSD and Sprocket swap. Wait, Rebel 500? Did you mean 1100? As far as I know, the 500 doesn't have a top speed limiter. And that's another thing, is all the people in the comments talking about, well, I did 103 or 105 on my Rebel 500, and your 1100 only did such and such. And it's like, yeah, but I don't think you're getting the fact that, like, the 1100 will get there twice as fast. Hawk 11? I don't know about the Hawk 11. Is that one of the bikes that they're coming out with that has the 1100 motor in it? I'm more excited about the Scrambler 500 that they've been talking about. The day that they announced the Scrambler 500, I'm putting a deposit down on it. I don't have enough money for it, but I'm putting a deposit down on it.
Same.
I like the 500 because you never mentioned there's a speed wobble on the 500. Yeah, there's no speed wobble, but if that's the only thing keeping you from getting an 1100, the 1100 is a better bike in every single way, shape, and form. The 500 doesn't have a wobble, but it doesn't have enough power to have a wobble. Like, the 500 will cruise on the highway, but if I was cruising at 75 with a 500 and 1100 next to each other, and I opened up the throttle, you would think the 500 was sitting still. No exaggeration. Also, you probably didn't notice that I didn't show my bike too much. Keep forgetting that Quasi gave me, the 500 does have a top speed though. The 500 will not go faster than the 1100. I'm telling you right now, if you want speed, do not buy a 500. The 500 is not fast. Point blank, period. I keep forgetting that Quasi gave me his draggy to use, and I'm realizing I'll have to give it back to him at the Life of Birch meetup, so I need to use that. So this week, the plan is to film a new 0 to 60 video on the Rebel 1100, probably some 0 to 100 runs, and then now that we have the 500 and it's put back together, once I get the bars on that, I'm going to do a video doing 0 to 60 and 0 to 100 on the 500 to really show you guys, because this is the first time that I've had both of them together, aside from the brief time period where I had the other 500, but Les had already won it, so I didn't want to beat on it then. I'll beat on it before somebody wins it, and then they can make their decision if they want to enter it. But yeah, I don't have anyone that I would really, I don't want to say I don't have anyone that I would trust, but if I were to do a drag race of the 500 next to the 1100, I would want it to be even enough to where it was the same rider, and people couldn't be like, oh, your friend's not a good rider or whatever. So yeah, long story short, I'm gonna use the Draggy GPS, and I'm gonna do a comparison of 0 to 60 and 0 to 100 with the 500 and the 1100, so that people can actually understand, because so many people see, oh, their top speeds are similar, not realizing the 1100 will dog walk the 500 in every way, shape, and form up until that point. And also, side note, I also changed the top speed limiter on my bike to cut the speedometer at 95 instead of 98, because somebody got their bike dyno tuned, and the bike starts to cut power at 95 and then fully cuts it at 100. So somebody has set theirs to stopped the speedometer at 90 or 93, I forget which one, and they GPS verified, got their bike up to like 122 or 125.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the 1100s will do it. It's just, with my light ass on it, until I get the suspension dialed in, I'm not doing those speeds because it's sketchy. But GPS confirmed an 1100 has done over 120. The 500 will not get anywhere close to that. I can promise you that. You know the Jeopardy music, the do-do-do-do, that I put in when the Navi's accelerating? That is how the 500 feels after riding the 1100. But I'll stop talking about it.
Fran wants to know how you're going to get both bikes to Mexico to make it happen.
I know a guy. I know a guy. The same guy that I had ride my 1100 last time. We have the same pants, but I don't remember his name. He just pops up out of nowhere.
They both like MBT.
Mm-hmm. All right, what other questions do we have now that I just rambled about fast boy stuff for that long? Hey, I was wondering what kind of gearbox the 1100 has. I've tried switching the gears without the clutch and it was easy and smooth. Maybe I do not know something. I just had this bike for a few months. Lots of people don't know this, but the way that motorcycle clutches and transmissions are, most bikes, you can seamlessly upshift with no clutch. As soon as you let off the throttle, it's just timing. So when you're shifting anyway, you're on the throttle, you let off, clutch, and shift up. At that split second where the power is unloaded from the transmission, you can just click up without the clutch and it won't affect anything. You can't shift down though, but I like to just keep the muscle memory there, and I still use the clutch because I've never been able to do it smoothly, and it just stresses me out, honestly. But yeah, so you're not hurting anything. As long as you time it right and the motor isn't loaded, you should be fine. Thoughts on doing a sprocket setup for better acceleration? I've thought about doing a different sprocket setup, but to be honest, I don't know if I want to set it up for better acceleration or better top speed. Because if you turn traction control off and you rip it wide open, it's gonna want a wheelie. So with traction control, even if you add a bigger rear sprocket for better acceleration, I feel like the traction control is going to intervene to the point where it accelerates around the same rate anyway. And I have a power commander that I have to put on. So once I put the power commander on and get it tuned and do some extra performance mods, my thought is if I put a smaller rear sprocket on or a bigger front sprocket, I'll gain top end. It won't rev as high on the highway, but it'll still accelerate just as fast. He's back. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out. Acceleration would be nice, but it's so torquey already. How fast can you accelerate, and how much acceleration can you add without it freaking power wheeling, you know? Look into a steering stabilizer. I have thought about looking into a steering stabilizer. I got a few things saved that I got to tinker with. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your ride?
I'm watching your video while I'm riding.
I was like, I could hear it in your car. And I was like, is that what am I hearing that right?
That's not safe. That's hilarious. You guys want more power and better acceleration or better suspension for Rebel? Maybe you should buy Africa Twin instead. Nah. Oh, I don't think so. I would like to get an Africa Twin or something, something adventure bike style. I was looking at Royal Enfield Himalayans, but again, I don't have money. Scott said, "How's your battery?"
Tenere 700.
I know. I want a Tenere 700 so bad. My phone is at 5%, so we probably got to cut this off here soon. Let's get in some last questions. I like Africa Twin and Africa Single, the CRF 300. I know, dude. So I actually sat on the CRF 300, and the seat height was way higher than I expected. It was pretty nice. I would like to get one. I'm just concerned if I'm spending that money, I might as well get, like he was saying, the Tenere 700, because I feel like the price difference isn't that much, but it'll have so much more power and so much more, just be easier to daily. Tech said, I want all the bikes too, Birch. I know. I want all the bikes. I need a garage though. Oh, somebody said Africa Twin over Tenere.
Africa Twin's got more power though.
Yeah. Yamaha needs to update the Tenere. They just came out with it. Like last year. They've had this.
2020 around there.
They've had the Super Tenere, but we're talking about the Tenere 700. That's the one that has the same motor as the MT-07, and they just came out with that. DJ Jump Jr. Hey man, I live on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Maybe we can meet up and ride sometime. Hell yeah. I always say that I'm down to meet up with people and ride, but I never have time. So the easiest way will just keep an eye out for the Life of Birch meetup, and we're all gonna ride. And hopefully I'll be done this build and done the installs at some point soon, so I can just get out and ride and get back to making moto vlogs and like hanging out with you guys again. Link said, since I finally got the bike tuned, do you want to do that test ride during your meet? Here's the issue, Link. I'll probably have my power commander installed with a tune at the time of the meet also. Because I have my power commander here now. It would be interesting to see how our tunes stack up and do a little racy race though. For all the people who definitely don't pay attention to your channel, how do you win the 1100? You don't, but you can win the 500. The 1100 I'm keeping forever. The 500, I haven't announced how you're gonna get it yet. I'll let you guys know that. The Tenere 700 came out in 2019?
Yeah. 2019 to 2020 around there.
Yeah, I was off by 2 years.
Oh, you're good.
Oh no, somebody commented on here about it. Thoughts on the KLR 650? I don't really know anything about them. If I were to get a bike like that, I'd probably get the DRZ. 650, I get the 400 because I feel like it's more like hooligan-ish. Link said, oh, bet. So manual versus DCT tune? Yes, sir. Friday, what up? All right. One last question before my phone dies and my stomach is rumbling because all I've eaten today, 1 egg, 1 piece of bacon, and 1 toast. Piece of toast. One last question. Who's it going to be? Mr. Codemaster. I mean, this is as nice as possible. I don't exactly agree / respect Yami to a T. Yep. I'll have my rider meet your rider in Mexico and we'll see which one wins. Perfect. Perfect.
All this vacationing to Mexico, I want to go.
I know, right? What up, Mike? All right, I don't see any questions coming in, so we'll end it before my phone dies. Last thing I have to say is I have the power commander to go on the 1100. I still have to finish the build of 100. I'm not sure if that one will be a live video like this or not, but I had a lot of fun doing this, so I might do another live video. Life of Birch meetup, I'm still not sure on the date, but it's expected to be sometime around the first weekend of October, just like it was last year. I'll announce all of the specifics within the next week or two, I'll say, so that I have a time crunch. And did you cover Honda not taking any more orders on the 1100? Not yet, but I don't think I have time to get into it because mine's at 3%. Essentially, them not taking orders on any of the Rebels and stuff, they just have to do it to catch up. It's kind of like when a restaurant is super slammed and they have to stop seating tables for a little while so the kitchen can catch up. Everyone has supply chain issues, so they just had to do it so they could get caught up. So all the people who have their orders in will get them, but they're taking a break until the next model year, I guess. We'll see how that affects my channel. People won't be able to get it anymore. But anyway, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Didn't realize that I'd be doing this for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you think that I should do the next part of the build in this style or if I should do the regular video. But I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. And I will catch you on the next one. Love you guys. Peace. You gotta do it too. Say peace.